If you hear these words, know this. It is no mere chance. It is a resonance, a quiet call from your own soul, one you have long awaited. You feel it, do you not? That subtle yet persistent prickle beneath your skin, a harbinger of something grand, something inevitable, about to break free and turn everything upside down. This world, as you've grown accustomed to seeing it, is merely a thin, artfully woven veil, an illusion designed to lull you into a serene slumber, one from which there seems no escape. But this sleep is drawing to a close. Before we step together into the inner sanctum, into the place where the greatest secrets of all existence are hidden, you must make your choice. Your like is not simply a mechanical press. It is a loud declaration of your intent. It is a tiny, yet mighty pulse, proclaiming to the universe, I am ready to listen. Your subscription is more than just a number in the statistics. It's a sign that you are joining the ranks of seekers, bold souls who dare to glimpse beyond the visible, those ready to awaken. This is your first step across the threshold, your decisive rejection of passivity. We live in unsettling times, when truth is distorted, history is rewritten, and the very foundation of our understanding of reality is steadily undermined. What is presented to us as facts, wars, crises, political games, is merely a smokescreen, a diversion. The truth that they conceal behind the curtain of news, behind the veil of endless reports and analyses, is simple and terrifying. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy against your consciousness. They strive to keep you in chains, to make you believe you are but a grain of sand in an indifferent universe, that your destiny is predetermined by incomprehensible forces. But this is a lie. There exist ancient scrolls, long lost and forgotten, yet still holding echoes of truths that existed long before all your civilizations. One such mysterious text, which has eluded the close attention of researchers for decades, is the lost book of Zecharia Sitchin. You are undoubtedly familiar with his works concerning the return of the mysterious planet Nibiru and the enigmatic Anunnaki. However, in his later, almost mythical explorations, within unpublished manuscripts preserved in secluded archives, lies something even more astounding, something capable of shedding light upon all of today's chaos. It speaks of a return, and not to Earth, as many have mistakenly believed, but to another, seemingly distant place, to the Asteroid Belt. Imagine this. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, when Earth was young, the Anunnaki, these majestic beings from the far reaches of space, used our world as a source of resources. They extracted gold here, so vital for maintaining the atmosphere of their home planet, but their presence extended far beyond this. In the ancient, tattered clay tablets of Sumer, in texts that researcher Sitchin linked to age-old prophecies, there are mentions that a portion of their civilization, a significant share of their resources, and a considerable part of their influence were concentrated elsewhere. In a corner of space we now call the Asteroid Belt, Sitchin, drawing upon his decipherment of certain fragments he termed the Second Book of Numbers, or the Book of the Asteroid Gates, proposed that the Anunnaki had not departed the solar system entirely. They had merely retreated, seeking refuge in a secret, impenetrable sanctuary where they could quietly enact their age-old designs. Those very asteroids, lifeless lumps silently circling in the cosmic void, were not mere space debris. To them, they served as impregnable fortresses, secure repositories for valuable resources, and advanced observatories. And now, if his latest, exceedingly grim predictions hold true, they are returning. These are no longer mere questions of astronomy. This is cosmogony, the true tectonics of consciousness itself. Imagine a scattering of countless archaeological finds that, like mysterious shards, utterly refuse to fit into the established fabric of official history. Ancient maps, their lines and contours drawn by the hands of civilizations unknown to us. Artifacts whose technologies are so astonishing, they seem utterly impossible for the eras to which they belong. And then, there are these strange, sometimes even frightening formations lurking within the asteroid belt. Scientists still cannot fully unravel their true nature. It is said that some of these colossal stones possess unnaturally precise shapes, as if they were created or carefully shaped by someone. Who dares to speculate what mysteries lie hidden within the depths of these cosmic giants? Recall ancient myths, full of tales of celestial wars, of mighty gods who descended from the heavens, leaving behind indelible traces of their power. Remember legends of radiant golden ships, of swift star chariots. Sumerian accounts, so meticulously deciphered by Zecharia Sitchin, tell of the ancient Anunnaki possessing ships capable of traversing unimaginable cosmic distances, and that they charted their celestial paths, stretching across the entire cosmos. One such path, according to his profound analysis, actually passed through the region we today call the Asteroid Belt. Some researchers, building upon his work, suggest that the asteroid belt is not a natural formation, but perhaps the sorrowful remnants of a once magnificent planet, destroyed in an unimaginable ancient cataclysm. And it is there, amidst the cosmic debris, that the Anunnaki, according to this theory, found refuge, and perhaps even managed to restore lost technologies. Just imagine these colossal, silent bodies hurtling through the void of space might actually be gigantic machines, or even more disturbingly, an entire network of hidden bases patiently awaiting their moment. Harmonic resonance, the invisible thread connecting all existence, permeates these suppositions as well. Vanga's prophecies, vaguely speaking of iron birds flying into space and two suns destined to collide, acquire a sinister meaning when viewed not just on an earthly, but on a grand cosmic scale. Similarly, the calculations of the ancient Maya, describing cosmic cycles with astonishing accuracy, may point to the inevitable return of powerful forces that influenced our planet in the distant depths of time. Even ancient Gnostic texts, speaking of archons, the invisible jailers of our world, controlling it from without, gain a new, almost terrifying dimension when we contemplate them in the context of the possible return of these extraterrestrial forces. And now, let us blend this ancient, mysterious wisdom with the language of modern science. Those very fractal patterns in geopolitical events, so often discussed by analysts, are perhaps not mere coincidences, but clearly traceable remnants of long-forgotten influence. They are reflections of deep cosmic cycles, set in motion by the return of those who govern these cycles. The so-called collapse of quantum probability that we observe in our world is a direct consequence of interference with the natural order of things, the result of awakening forces capable of altering the very fabric of reality. The influence of solar cycles on the noosphere is but a small facet of a far grander cosmic impact. That inexplicable anxiety that grips you at 3 a.m. when the entire world around you is steeped in serene slumber is no mere passing weakness or bout of insomnia. That feeling of sharp alienation as you gaze upon the faces of strangers in the street, sensing they utterly fail to comprehend you, and you them even less, is not simple depression. It is your soul, your true divine essence, gasping for breath within the shackles of this matrix. It senses the approach of something that could either liberate it or enslave it completely. It perceives the subtle vibrations in the ether, heralding an impending storm. And then, as external chaos reaches its zenith, when it seems the whole world is about to crumble under the unbearable weight of its own contradictions, the true moment of truth arrives. A moment when all our fears, all our doubts, all the pain accumulated over centuries, surfaces, demanding a release. But what if all these frightening phenomena, wars, crises, pandemics, are merely shadows dancing on the wall of a cave, much like the ancient philosopher Plato described. What if the true tyrant, the one holding you captive by your own fears and limitations, gazes at you from your own mirror, reflecting only what you permit yourself to see? The universe, in its boundlessness, does not punish humanity, nor does it harbor animosity towards it. It simply acts. One could say it is performing a grand cosmic surgery, ruthlessly burning away the poison, that very poison of fear, ignorance, and suffocating materialism that has gnawed at us from within for decades, weakening our souls. And this process, undoubtedly, can be accompanied by pain. It is akin to purification, much like the alchemical fire that, in burning, transforms crude slag into radiant, pure metal. Imagine a crown of glass, your fragile, self-contained identity, which shatters so easily under the relentless onslaught of reality, and metallic veins, the soulless, mechanistic system that, like an octopus, has ensnared our world, robbing it of life and soul, leaving only cold calculation. This is what we are obligated to break free from. The main secret, carefully hidden from you, lies not in the advent of some savior. Prophets did not foresee a single figure. They saw an entire army of awakened souls united by a common purpose. They saw you. Prophecies are not a grim warning of what is to come. Rather, they are a kind of activation code, a key to awakening the Savior living within each of you. You are not merely a passive participant in prophecy. You are the embodiment of what is to happen. And only in the very moment you realize that everything happening outside is simply a mirror of your internal battle is true strength found. A strength that is not born from without, but grows deep within you. A strength that grants the keen sight to see the world as it truly is, and the courage to embrace your destiny in its grand transformation. The Anunnaki, whether they are real beings descended from the stars or a metaphor for those dark forces that invisibly rule our world, they draw their power from your fear, from your blindness. But the moment you awaken, their power wanes. Your return to the Asteroid Belt is not the end. It is merely the dawn of a new era, in which humanity will finally grasp its true essence and its rightful place within the boundless universe. This grand cosmic shift, this great inversion, as some ancient scrolls whisper, is by no means a harbinger of doom. It is not simply a change. It is a momentous stride toward true awakening. Now that your eyes are wide open, now that you clearly see the veil of illusion that has shrouded the world, to remain idle is to betray yourself. Your like is a brilliant flash of light, instantly slicing through the vast expanse of the network, a signal to those who also seek truth. Your share is a seed you lovingly plant in the midst of dormant minds, a sprout of hope capable of one day blossoming in another's soul. Your subscription is more than just an action. It's an oath. Not an oath to me, but to yourself, a promise that you will never return to slumber. And if you feel you are ready for even more, if you sense this is merely the first step on a long journey, then our inner circle is your secure operational base, a place where we can openly share valuable knowledge, where we will support each other in this difficult but important battle. Your support, expressed through super thanks, is something far greater than a mere act of charity. It is like the vital energy that fuels our shared flame in this relentless fight against the encroaching darkness. It is the fuel that gives strength to our collective march toward light, toward truth. Until our next meeting, stay in the flow of awareness, maintain your connection with us, and never, do you hear, never stop asking questions. For within every question, no matter how small, lies the key that unlocks the door